Welcome back
Yep.
to the Real Talk Podcast. Today's episode, it's a bittersweet
Oh fuck!
symphony this life. Nevis poured himself another stiff one because I guess it's
Yep.
time for sad news.
It's yeah. I think you can speak on behalf.
God, listening to you just sip on that and swallow it just stop. Just all he was, yeah. God, Chris is gonna have a great. I just looked at Nevis go.
I'm sorry. I'm
Uh.
just in the mood.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this will be my last episode of the Real Talk podcast. I won't be returning for another. I won't be returning to the podcast.
Yeah.
When we started this podcast, it was we were just like, hey, let's just start talking about movies that we love. Well, it all started when we realized that we talked on call for like 2 to 3 hours just
Yeah.
talking about The Irishman or new movies that we watched. And,
Yeah.
oh, Al Pacino's performances. Oh, have you seen Al Pacino in this movie? Oh, this movie's so great. You got to watch this movie. Oh, do you remember this movie?
Yeah.
And we were filming a short film at the time, and
Right.
we had talked, we had joked around about like we should turn this into a podcast. And then,
Yeah.
on that shoot day, we were like, hey, you want to do a podcast? And
Mhm.
Chris was like, yeah. I was like, now it's podcast.
Yeah.
We're like, all right, we'll organize it. And then we had a call, and we started working on the logistics. Started thinking about a name for the podcast. Started looking for things that aren't copyrighted.
I think I
or-
came up with the name.
Yeah, Nevis came
Yeah.
up with the name Real Talk Podcast.
Yeah.
Which has since turned into Real Talk Studios.
Yeah. A little bigger. Yeah.
So when we started this podcast, it was I didn't have a lot of I had a lot of free time. I was doing my thing, and recently,
Mhm.
and I'll go more in depth into this than
Yeah.
when I did earlier.
Oh yeah.
I'll give like more context. So there's something that I had done a few years ago. I had gotten a certification for something,
Mhm.
and it expires. Actually, it's going to be expiring this February unless I complete a certain number of courses. Otherwise, I have to retake the exam.
Yeah.
What that meant to me is I've gotten the certification. It's been 2 years, and I haven't done anything with it, and that disappointed me
Yeah.
because that just means that it was a waste of my time. It was a waste of my money. I studied for 6+ months, and I didn't do anything with it. And this thing that I got was my true passion in life. Like I have, everyone has multiple passions. I think it's silly to say you only have one passion.
Yeah.
I think you have a primary passion, but you can be passionate about many things. For example, I'm passionate about movies. I'm passionate about this. I like cooking, I like a lot of things. But my primary passion in life was what I got certified to do, and I didn't do anything with it. So I came to this fork in my life where I realized that I'm not going to be able to devote enough time to this, to pursuing what I want,
Yeah.
and balancing my jobs and school, and going to the gym and just the regular parts of my life. So I told Nevis one day. I didn't tell Christian or Nathan this. I
Yeah,
told
you-
Nevis alone because it wasn't in stone yet.
Mhm.
And I told him I'm considering leaving the podcast. And I
Yeah.
told him, give me till tomorrow. I need to like make up my mind and everything.
Mhm.
And I made up my mind, and I was like, this is gonna happen. So for those reasons, I'm leaving the podcast. I'm not leaving the podcast because there's some behind the scenes drama that the viewers don't know about, or like we had some beef, or like somebody said something and we're all splitting up. We're not the Beatles.
Yeah. No.
We're split. We're not splitting up. I'm just taking
doing your own
I'm
thing.
taking a hiatus.
Yeah.
I'm doing my own thing, and that doesn't mean that I'm completely abandoning the podcast. And that doesn't mean that the podcast is going to end either. Because
No.
I told the guys this at the perfect time because it gave them time to strategize and come up with ideas for how to address, my leaving and whatnot.
Yeah.
And so it's actually come at the perfect time for me to leave the podcast. Obviously, it doesn't make it easy, and obviously, I'm not happy to be leaving the podcast because this was something that Christian, Matthew, and I started,
Yeah.
back in fucking 2021,
Mhm.
and we started from scratch. We grew this. It was our fucking baby. We talked about how like we can make the podcast better, and the podcast grew us closer together as friends.
For sure. Yeah.
And it's a shame. It's a damn shame that I have to like say goodbye to this,
Yeah.
and that I have to let it go
Mhm.
because if I could just be able to do it, I would fucking keep the podcast going and do my own thing on the side. But
Right.
I have to be realistic, and I have to, call it where it is.
Yeah.
So we'll probably talk a little bit more about this later in the episode, but this will be the last time I host an episode of the Real Talk podcast, and
Yeah.
I'm no longer going to be one of the how should I put this? I just won't.
Co-host.
I won't be a co-host, and I
Yeah.
won't be part of Real Talk Studios
Yeah.
from now on. Now I will be back for like some episodes.
Yeah.
We might like from what I've heard in terms of my eavesdropping, it sounds like we're going to be making some channel changes in terms of the content, and maybe
Right.
some long form content might be dropped or something. I don't know what's going on either. That's the three. Christian, Nevis, and Nathan have been discussing this.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's going to be great. However, every time I come on, I'll be like, hey, let's do another 30-minute episode. Let's do something long
Yeah.
form. Me and Nevis are able to pull that off.
Yeah,
we,
man.
we've fucking held a podcast together for, I heard this is our 66th episode.
66 episode, man.
Yeah.
We did 66 of these.
So, I mean, for the
Fuck.
people that hate me, I'm sure this is great news. For people that like my 2 cents and like seeing me, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But there's a movie called Kabi Alvida Nachena,
Yeah.
and it means never say goodbye, because saying goodbye insinuates that you'll never see each other again.
Yeah. There's always
So you should never say goodbye.
there's always
because-
going to be a return.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's all my melodrama out of the way. This episode's coming out on, I believe we're actually uploading this at 12 a.m. on New Year's. No?
Is that the case?
I don't know.
I'm going to be
but
honest, yeah. 'cause-
Whenever we're going to be uploading this, it's the end of the year.
Mhm.
It's the end of the year. And last year, you and I had the idea to come up with some of the movies that we're excited to see in 2022.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we lost those lists,
Yeah, so viewers,
and we didn't want to rewatch our own episode.
there's this thing called alcohol, and I unfortunately,
Nevis is becoming an alcoholic because I've rubbed off on him.
yeah. Welcome back to the Rehab Podcast.
Oh, fuck you.
I'm gonna miss those days with Josh.
I feel like Christian should have brought a mic.
I'm sorry. I know you seem like you've said a lot, and
Yeah, I've been saying a lot. Let's hear it.
I remember when you called me, and it was very unexpected.
Yes,
But I
sorry.
feel like it was one that I felt like was inevitable, given how you feel about the career that you want to pursue. And I know you, and I know how you're a type of person that always puts in 100% and never gives up. And you definitely said it in a very passionate way. And I know you weren't 100% at the time when you called me. We talked for about 35, 40 minutes. But when you called me, I was like thinking to myself, like, I think you're making the right decision. It sounds like it. You know how it sounds like it for people, their passion just
Yeah.
coming through, even though they're not spelling it out to you or saying it out loud. It's
Yeah.
like I kind of felt it. So then on the day you were like, I know what I want to do. And that's when I was like, yeah, because it is a hard thing to transition from. But I feel like this is a new chapter for a lot of our lives, and trying to figure things out. And I think it's for the better.
Yeah.
It really does feel like that. At no point when you were talking to me did I feel like there was any sense of confusion, of regret on both of our parts at all. I
Yeah.
felt like it was very clear. I felt happy for you, actually, at a certain point when you were talking about it, because it seemed like you had a lot going on as is, and this was kind of like your breaking moment of just like understanding and putting and like going the next step.
Yeah.
I don't want to say you're breaking anything or you're it's not like that. I feel like you were going up a notch
Yeah.
and going the next level.
Yeah, and
It is
honestly-
like a journey, yeah.
And quite honestly, this was like one of the hardest things to do, because it's like I didn't want to leave you guys hanging. And I used this analogy when I was talking to Nevs. I don't want to commit to helping you move out of your house and then
Yeah.
at the last minute be like, "Oh, sorry, I can't,"
Right.
because that's just me being an asshole.
Yeah.
I don't want to like be like, "All right, guys, what's up? Happy Monday call. All right, I'm leaving the podcast. Go fuck yourselves. Bye."
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
Which it didn't come off at all from it. I think you handled it very well. If anything, you did it at an interesting time, actually, when, the end of the year, we're gonna recap our films, or at least the ones that we can remember.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean? It seemed like the right time. It would have been odd to do it like the middle of April or like
Yeah.
a March thing. I was like, oh shit, like we're driving on the highway and you're like, oh, pit stop, it didn't feel like that at all. For me at least.
yeah.
It was
Well,
yeah.
Well, I'm glad it came out at a good time. I'm glad it's not the end, like it's not damning or anything.
No.
But yep. that's it for me in the podcast. We'll talk more about it afterwards.
Yeah. Well.
Anyways,
Yeah. Anyways,
so
let's try to
I remember
remember our
some of the
movies.
movies that was on my list.
You
last
watched
year.
the 355, and you said that was dog shit.
Yeah.
Which I'm gonna be honest, I didn't want to tell you during that episode, but I was thinking like, I know this director. It's coming out January. It's fucking dog shit.
It's gonna and it was, and I was like, god damn it! I watched that love movie I wanted to watch.
That
Love Reformed.
rom-com film. Yeah. Was that any good?
Nope.
There we go.
Nope,
we're
it
starting off
was-
great, ladies and gentlemen.
The Flash didn't come out,
So we're not counting
so
that.
I was like, shit.
I think that was on my list too.
Black Adam came out, and it was the biggest piece of dog shit
I've ever seen.
We have a soundboard. God damn it! Why are we
Hold on.
still doing this?
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
There's your soundboard.
So that came out.
yeah,
I'm 70% sure those are the movies that I saw that I remember being bad
So-
from the list.
Top Gun Maverick actually did come out this year and was on my list. It was probably one of 2 or 3 movies that was on my list and was really good.
Yeah.
That's our rate, ladies and
Let me
gentlemen.
take a guess. The other two are the Batman and the
Yes.
Northman.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm not even kidding. Yeah,
Same.
holy shit.
The Batman and the Northman, fantastic. I
I-
loved them. I was honestly so worried leading up to the Batman because I remember I felt the exact same.
We
way
were
about
both critical before its release when it came out.
Yeah, I remember I did not like that theme at all. And then I came out, I was like, I like the theme.
I like the theme. I like Gotham. I like the fucking Batmobile. That Batmobile, man.
You know what sucks? My dad doesn't like it.
He doesn't like the Batman?
No, he doesn't like the Batman. He doesn't like the Batmobile. And I mean, he just doesn't.
What's
like
his
the Robert
favorite Batman?
Pattinson. I mean, I don't know. I mean, he grew up watching the animated series. I think his favorite Batman,
Keaton?
like live action. No, I think it might be Christian Bale.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, or maybe Ben Affleck because he is a huge fan of Good Will Hunting.
Yeah, I love Affleck. I mean, that's my favorite Batman, but like, to
Yeah.
each their own.
I expanded to like I prefer the Arkham Batman,
Which is Kevin Conroy.
Kevin Conroy. Rest
Which,
in,
in my
peace.
opinion, like when you get rest in peace. In my opinion, like Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill, Joker and Batman, like that, they're up here,
Mhm.
and then every live action is like its own level.
Yeah, I think
field.
it's unfair like to rank
Yeah.
Batman's if you're gonna include Kevin Conroy because Kevin Conroy is just so much better.
it's insane what happened. Like he was doing like video messages like a month or 2 before he passed away,
Yeah,
and he still had that voice and he still had that passion. And
yeah.
oh man, this is such a happy episode. I'm just taking that in. Look at it. Look at what DC is at right now.
I
That's-
know it's
Fuck, man.
it's a goddamn.
What the fuck? I'm not even drinking, man, and you did it?
I was a little bit. It was getting a little too melodramatic, so I had to wake up. Okay, I get it. Sorry. Okay,
Christian's just adjusting the camera for Josh.
is that what you were doing? Because I started to slouch down.
This is Christian throughout the entire season.
I was like, "What is
He's
he
like,
doing to the camera?"
He's like
Oh.
moving. Oh shit.
He's like, "Okay, we got to
Pen up.
film Josh."
Tilt up. Pen right. Pen left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, the Batman was really good.
Mission
Batman was-
Impossible didn't come out this year, even though it said it was gonna come out this year. Fucking bullshit there.
Lal Singh Chadha came out. I didn't end up watching it
Oh, okay.
because I saw it on Netflix, but I don't know why. I just never had the time to watch it. And
Creed 3 was supposed to come out this year.
oh yeah, was it?
Yeah.
Oh,
That
well,
was
the
on my
trailer
list.
The trailer came out and it looked really good.
They're shooting the fight scenes, the boxing in IMAX.
Really?
Which I feel like, yeah, if you're gonna take it to another level, fucking go
Yeah.
IMAX.
Stallone would be proud.
Stallone would be proud. I hope he's, because aside from Tulsa King, I don't see him doing much else.
Yeah.
Eh.
I mean,
Creed 3 looks good.
Creed 3 looks really good. It looks
It's coming out
really
March
good.
March of next year, so we don't have to wait too long. Hopefully, I know, right?
Yeah.
Fucking hopefully.
I think Creed 3 was also on my list.
Yeah.
Um,
What else was on your list?
I don't really remember much else.
Bullet Train was on mine.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, man.
that was that. Yeah.
Would nobody fucking expected it? But Bullet Train was on my list because like, oh yeah, Brad Pitt, Doug Liman. Fucking
Bullet Train
A.
was probably one of the funniest movies I saw this year.
Fucking loved it. And you know what? Even in the video, I swear, I think in the video I was like, I don't think it'll be good, but fuck it, it's got Brad Pitt action. And then when you watch it, it's like, oh, it's actually pretty enjoyable. It's not great. Writing's not like amazing, but it's got that Guy Ritchie dialogue,
Yeah.
which I fuck with.
I do too.
So yeah, I think that was on my list. What else was on my list? Probably some like, oh, was Oppenheimer? No, Oppenheimer was next year.
Yeah.
Fuck. I'm trying really hard, but I just finished this whole like batch of like
What is it called?
vodka. It's like a Bailey's type of drink, so it's like I filled it up to like yeah. It was full before, now it's empty. So I'm trying to remember.
Gotcha.
Gotcha.
Well, that's interesting.
Do you know any other films that we were interested in watching? Because I think you had a Marvel film in there. You had Love and Thunder, I think.
Oh shit! I think I did.
I think you had Love and Thunder. Did
Oh,
you?
yeah, so
Did
now
you?
we're gonna get to
You
the
said you had
stinkers.
Man from Toronto before. I don't think you did, but you told me you did.
Did I? Maybe I did.
That was the
Or
Kevin
maybe
Hart.
I skipped. Maybe I
Woody
mixed it up
Harrelson.
with something else.
Yeah. If we don't remember the rest of the films from our list, I think we can go right into our best of the worst.
Yeah.
Best and the worst, not best of the worst. That's a fucking other thing.
The best movie I saw this year, like that was on my list.
Yeah. Let's do top 3. Fuck it.
Top 3.
Yeah.
The Batman.
Yep.
Everything Everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
What was your third
Thor:
one?
Love and Thunder. I'm kidding.
Get the fuck out. Shut the fuck. Yeah, Thor: Love and Thunder.
I don't know. I'm trying to think. I know I saw one recently that I really liked. I don't
Let
know.
me try to find mine.
Yeah, figure yours out.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay, so my number 1 is Everything Everywhere.
Top Gun Maverick.
Yeah, that's my second. You won't. I don't think you'll get my third.
The Northman.
No,
No. Shit. You probably didn't talk to me about this.
no, I didn't.
Yeah. What was it?
We didn't cover this episode, but Elvis.
Oh yeah.
Elvis.
Oh, yeah. I
Elvis
forgot
is
that
my
came out.
number 3 movie. I still need to watch a couple movies before the year ends. I want to try to get Fablemans and The Whale out,
Mhm.
but those are like Oscar movies, so I don't know if they're going to consider it 2023 or 20. I think Fablemans is 2022, but
Yeah.
regardless, Elvis knocked it out of the park. I love the style of that film. If Elvis did not come out, I would have had The Stranger on that list as
The
number 3.
Stranger. Yes. That was fucking amazing.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
I would say if Elvis didn't come out this year, Stranger would have hit
Yeah.
the number 3 mark.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are your worst films of the
Ah.
year? I'm curious about that because I think I have mine here too.
Worst films of the year. Okay,
Oh yeah, I
so
do. Yeah.
Mind you, 355 and Love Whatever are probably
Love and Thunder.
Love Reformed.
Oh,
was,
the rom com. I was wondering. It's like
they're
Love and
probably
Thunder.
worse, but I watched those at the beginning of the year, so I don't really remember how bad they were. I just
Fair
remember they were
enough.
bad, and I
Yeah.
did not like them. Some of the worst movies I saw this year: Love and Thunder,
Yeah.
definitely.
Mhm.
That's really one of the. What else stands out to me? God, we do a fucking movie every week. I can't even remember some of them.
Because there's so many of them.
Man from Toronto was really bad.
I think Man from No, it's not my worst. It's my like second worst though.
Fuck, like yeah, this is the problem. We do so many episodes, and now I don't even remember what we.
I'll give
filmed.
you some that I've recently saw that I hated. Multiverse of Madness, my least favorite MCU film. I know you're like,
I don't mind that movie.
oh my god, look, it's references. I didn't like. Oh, I hated the Gray Man. Gray Man sucked.
Yep.
Sucked ass. Home Team.
Oh yeah, I forgot you watched that.
Home Team fucking dog shit. That was back when we did the quick takes and we were like talking about the movies just
Yeah,
on
yeah.
its own, and we're like, yeah, Kevin James, he's not good in this. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. They made a new Texas Chainsaw film.
Yeah.
I remember watching that with some friends on Netflix, and holy shit, that was dumpster fire. That was like really fucking bad, man. Like I could not believe it wasn't even like hilarious bad. It was offensive bad.
Which movie?
Texas Chainsaw
Oh.
Massacre. They made a new one, and it was like, wow, this chainsaw. So basically, like, there's a subplot where Leatherface is living in the walls
Uh-huh.
for 40 years,
Oh, okay.
and his chainsaw, it comes out of it, and he breaks out of the wall and kills one of the teenagers or whatever. I'm thinking, wait a minute, how the fuck? First off, who lives in a fucking wall for 40 years? Second of all, how the fuck is that chainsaw still working after 40 years? You realize that chainsaws aren't like, it's not an iPhone. You don't just like turn it on and you're like, "Rrrr," like, it was fucking bad.
Dude,
All-
we watched The Atom Project.
yeah, we did.
What the fuck was that movie about?
That was the Ryan Reynolds, Mark Ruffalo. Ooh, it's like Ryan Reynolds
was
was
that like
talking
the
to
time
his younger
travel
self.
one?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Remember, I made that joke where it's like atom. It sounds like atom, like science.
I feel like that was a really bad joke.
It was bad to the point where I had to acknowledge how bad it was.
Yeah. What else did we review? I'm going through our thing right now. Top Gun.
Lightyear
fucking
wasn't that
fantastic.
bad.
What was it?
Lightyear.
wasn't
Also,
worse,
Nathan
wasn't great.
Nathan's behind the camera for anyone that's curious who's talking.
Yeah.
Nathan and Christian. Lightyear wasn't that bad.
Top Gun. That was great.
Oh, it's fucking amazing.
Northman, great.
Yeah.
Chippendale, fucking forgetful as shit.
Yeah, but it wasn't terrible. It wasn't terrible.
Thor.
I know. I know what
bad.
your. I know what your least favorite film is, Josh.
What
Do
was it?
Revenge.
Oh my god, I like
Yeah.
actually blocked that out of my memory.
Yeah.
I completely forgot I watched that.
Probably Do Revenge, right?
Hey, I like this. Hang on, we're going through some of the. I'm gonna go through some of the movies we watched this year.
Okay.
We watched Minions. Yes.
Honestly, better than I thought it was gonna be. No joke. It was better than Thor: Love and Thunder. No joke. It was
No
better,
joke.
It was better than Love and Thunder.
Nope.
Nope was good.
Nope was good.
Nope was a solid film.
Gray Man.
Fucking shit.
Waste of my life.
Dog shit.
Bullet Train.
Bullet train. That was enjoyable.
Prey.
Prey was all
Was
awesome.
Unexpectedly good.
Fucking awesome.
Pinocchio.
Which one?
Tom Hanks.
Oh, okay.
Nah.
That's my least favorite film. That's my worst film of
We
2022.
reviewed 3,000 Years of Longing. Holy shit, I don't remember doing that.
I remember. What? Are you serious?
No,
Oh,
well, I
that
see
was-
it, but like if you held a gun to my head and you're like, "What did you film for episode 50?" I'm like, I don't fucking know. There are some movies on this. I don't remember even doing. Okay, do
Guess
Revenge.
how much 3,000 Years of Longing made. I'm gonna find out.
How much?
Oh my.
Oh yeah,
fuck.
did I say that during the episode that everybody should watch this?
Everybody should watch this. Josh said that it's gonna make tons of money. Guess how much it made? It cost $60 million. It made 19 million. It made 19 million.
Well, that didn't fucking work.
Real Talk Podcast did not spread the word as well as we expected.
The Woman King, fucking
Great.
fantastic.
Soundtrack was the only bad part of that
Yep.
film.
Blonde, that was a good film. It was a tough film to watch.
Yeah, I gave it a 5 out of 10 before, but then I thought about it. I gave it a 6.
Yeah.
I bumped it to a 6 because I think it's very, very, very tough to watch.
Greatest beer one ever. Yeah.
That was my fucking mustache phase.
Yep.
You're like
Before I grew the mustache.
I know. Then you grew your mustache.
Greatest beer one. Werewolf by Night.
That was enjoyable. That's
Yeah.
probably my favorite Marvel thing that happened this fucking year.
Likewise.
I would say so.
Yeah, likewise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Weird. The Al Yankovic story.
That was great.
That was great.
Black Adam was next.
Oh, yeah, shit.
Then we did our Zack Snyder episode. Then we did Black Panther. I liked Black Panther. Actually, I think Black Panther. No,
Wakanda Forever?
I don't think it was better than Werewolf
No.
by Night, but I think it's probably the second best thing that came out this year, in terms of Marvel.
I think so.
Stranger. We talked about that. Weird Al. Glass Onion.
We never saw Morbius, which I feel like is a positive.
Well, thank Christ I'm leaving the podcast.
Nathan, we're doing it's Morbid time.
This movie came out in 2021, but we reviewed it in 2022. Like it had come out like at the end of 2021, and
Which
we
one?
reviewed it in January. It's probably one of the best movies I watched this year. Swan Song.
Fuck, I still need to see that.
That movie
Shit.
had me choked up. Like I haven't cried that hard. I don't think I've cried. I have not cried that hard in a long time.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, at that point in my life, I had not cried in a long time, and that happened, and I was like drowning in tears.
That was during the phase of you watching actual good films. You saw that. You saw The Last Duel.
Oh yeah, that was.
I
great.
fucking saw Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Matrix Resurrections.
Oh my god. Like I was on a shit streak. Like I saw Home Team. I saw you know what the only good one? Okay, here's a fun fact for you fucking listeners cuz I still have the footage and I might release it someday. We did The Tragedy of Macbeth. We did that.
I remember that.
We both watched it and that was the only good fucking movie I saw during that era. And it never got released cuz I was so fucking busy at the time.
Wait, we both watched it?
Yes, we both enjoyed it. We both loved it. It was 4:3, black and white. Denzel Washington, Francis
Yeah, I know.
McDormand.
I know.
It was amazing.
Mhm.
We had so much praise, and I was about to edit it, and then shit came up, and
Is that when we stopped doing quick takes in
yes,
that format?
that was the very last
Oh.
episode. Because the last episode on YouTube is Home Team. And it's fucking to the point where Josh, I think we were talking at the beginning, and you were just like, "What is this episode? What is this format supposed to be?" And I was just like, "We talk about movies, Josh."
Yeah.
And we talked about Home Team with Kevin James.
Yeah.
It was bad, and that's how we ended off that era. And then it's become a new thing now.
Yeah, it's interesting how much the podcast has changed.
We've kind of evolved in many.
I mean, this happens often, but
Yeah.
like, we do change a lot.
It's nice though because originally we were doing seasons, but I feel like the seasons don't really need to be seasons. We can just go podcast all the way.
That's fine.
66 episodes, man.
Yep.
We did 66 episodes together.
Execute order 66.
Oh, that 66. I mean, imagine if it was 69, man. You would have been like, "Oh,
I'd have been
Josh
like,
is
this
funny."
guy moaned at least this loud. Oh!
First time you did that, I was so scared. I was like this. Josh, my parents are upstairs.
Yeah.
Why did you make
Execute order 66.
in the future? Nathan and I and Christian will be like, somehow Joshua Bassoon returns.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we were experimenting with that earlier.
No, you will die.
That's another thing. So in terms of regrets, I have.
Oh, come on. What the fuck?
I wish we did another Star Wars episode, man. That Star Wars episode. I don't care. That will always be my favorite episode of the podcast.
That's your favorite episode?
Yeah.
Okay. What would my favorite be?
Yeah. What's your favorite episode of the podcast? Christian, what's your favorite episode of the podcast?
Yeah. We got to hear this now. Yeah, Christian, what's your favorite episode?
What is the movie? We did an episode on
Yeah.
with Jack Black in it.
Oh, Kung Fu
Oh,
Panda.
Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah. You,
When Neves was singing it,
Jack Black.
Christian was
Panda.
laughing so hard.
I like how that episode was just like 80% of us, 80% of the time we were just quoting the fucking movies.
I know.
We didn't actually tell. Yeah, that was good. I think my favorite is probably Snyder,
Snyder cut.
Snyder
his
episode.
filmography.
because I fucking babbled for like 30 minutes, and you were just like, you were the normal one. You were
Yeah.
like, yeah, these films have problems, but like, you know.
Yeah, no,
They're enjoyable enough.
Yeah, no. For me, the Star Wars episode will always be my favorite. So I'm always gonna be like, damn it, I wish we did another episode on Star Wars.
We'll do another episode. Star Wars is still alive.
The next time I come on the podcast,
Yeah.
it'll definitely be when Rise of the Beasts come out.
Guaranteed. Yeah, we're gonna
Yeah.
try to
I will
schedule that
definitely
shit.
try to come like be on the podcast. The three of us will review together, and I'll be like, guys, I rewatched every Transformers movie in preparation for this, and it was fucking fantastic.
What's your?
I just like the cars.
I just like the cars, dude. What would be another film? Because okay, you named Rise of Beasts. Two other films that you would love to, so that we can keep that in mind. Coming out this upcoming year.
Creed.
Creed 3. Okay, we're gonna
Creed
try.
3.
We're gonna try to do the Creed 3 too.
I don't really know.
Yeah.
I'll have to get back.
If
to you on that.
anything, Creed 3 and Rise of Beasts. If we can't get one, we'll get the other for
Yeah,
sure.
and I'll definitely
because
be
we
like-
want to try to do a plan B as well. Because shit be kind of busy
Shit
sometimes.
happens, yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of crazy. Christian, did you do one of these? Okay.
because it's 3 minutes left.
3 minutes left. Okay.
Right. So how do you feel about that?
I think I'm fine. I don't this drink definitely helped me get through this. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I'm just thinking of all the great memories we had on this podcast, all the inside jokes, and
Let's hear some of them.
the fact that fucking Too Good, man. Holy shit. When you said that to us after, because first of all, when Josh said that, it wasn't during the podcast. It was during us packing up, and you were like, yo, there's this one story. And then you went right into it. It was like, yo, this guy who I never even fucking met, I don't even like him. He was just like, yo, you guys are watching Rise? Yo, that movie's too good, man. Too good. And Christian and I cannot hesitate. We were both we were laughing on the ground. We were laughing on the ground in tears. I think the next.
you guys are watching Good Eyes. This movie is too good.
The other one was shout out to Nathan, the script. The first time reading the script. The first time reading that script.
We had, and Neves and I didn't even know Nathan
Yeah.
at this point.
Yo,
We
exactly.
Christian's just like, I have this friend.
I got the script, and Christian, you just were like, don't read it. But at the same time, you like put it on the table, so I read it. And the first name was Shawan. And I was like, who the fuck's Shawan? And then Josh is like, no, it's Sean in this one. I'm like, yo, his name is Shawan Sean.
And then I remember I was right over there and I was like, Shawan, Sean, Shalom. And Christian hit the floor. The three of us at one point, all three of us were on the floor laughing.
Oh my God. That was good.
That
was it?
I looked at the first line of it because he was like, "Yo, don't read it." Like my buddy's script, and I was like, "Fuck you, I'll read it." I
You
opened
read it, yeah.
I opened the first page. I'm like, first line is "Better luck next time, my son." I was like, "What the fuck is this supposed to be?" It's like a Toronto man. This, and I'm like, "Oh my god,
I love it.
that is hilarious!"
That was amazing.
And we just kept saying that, and then we don't even know who Nathan is. I'm
Yeah,
like,
at the
"Fuck,
time,
are we
yeah.
pissing this guy off? Is somebody gonna run up on me and like try to scrap me one day?"
We had so many moments. Like I remember we said better luck next time in the podcast.
We said better luck next time all the time.
all the time. I think there was one point where I was like at the Bullet Train review, I was like, yo, better call Bullet Train my son.
What?
Yo, butter up the chicken, my son. Like it's adapted.
We
Nathan,
clowned
like,
Nathan so hard, and we didn't even know the man. And I was like, I don't know. I don't know if we should be saying this on camera because you know what if this guy fucking like gets upset at
Oh
us?
shit! Hold on. Let me try to find it. Actually, keep on talking, Josh.
Well, what the fuck? Are you really? Oh my god.
John Hamm, you thought we forgot about this fucking guy? No, we didn't.
Why
No,
is
we
this
didn't.
So dirty.
It was always dirty. What are you fucking talking about?
Oh. why
Throw
is
it.
this-
Say the line, Bart. Fucking there we go. So that one, it's a frog's ass watertight. I remember.
Yeah, I was
you-
just like, what the fuck does that even mean? I was
I
like,
think-
Nevis.
I
Like,
think that was an earlier episode.
it was like, yeah, it was like a third episode or something, and Nevis was like, oh, the frog's ass water type. I was like, what, pardon?
That one, but I think the first one, which we haven't said in a while because not safe for work, but I don't care. It was like your massive blank.
Oh, he's gonna censor it still. No, I bumped into the mic, and Nevis
Yeah,
was
yeah.
like, what, did you bump your dick into the mic? And I was like, yeah, into my massive cock.
And then this is how Josh's face was, is at my massive cock. And then I was like, Josh.
I was laughing so hard.
That was good.
And you guys were like, dude, you
Dude.
can't say that.
What does this mean, Christian? Christian, look at me.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, good
Do you know what's
times.
crazy is because like I remember that, and that was like September of
I was like
2021.
a 12-year-old on. I mean, I'm still like that. I just don't do
Same.
it on camera.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird. You know what? We should do an Irishman like episode where we're all old. He's like, remember the grape juice, and then it's like the podcast format of that. I don't know.
Yeah, is
I
this
get-
a good grape juice?
Grape juice, and then De Niro is just in the wheelchair. I'll be
Yeah,
De
I know.
Niro. You'll be Pacino.
Yeah,
Or,
no,
yeah.
there's that. I mean, fuck. Let's think of something else, man.
There's a lot of good memories.
I mean, there's fucking when you had that mustache, and I was like, this guy wanted to look like fucking Zac Efron. He looked like Borat.
Look at fucking Borat.
There was I
Your
fucking-
haircut evolved too. I remember because I see some of the episodes.
Yeah,
and it was like
I was going through a lot of different hairstyles.
I think my favorite was the Danny DeVito one because it kind of just looked flat. I don't know what you did with that. Check it out. So Josh, for one of the episodes, and I'm not gonna roast him on
Because
this.
I'm already sensitive enough about it.
Yeah. But like his hairdo in that was probably the most unique out of all of them. But I don't know if it was because you were wearing a hat or not. Because you know how people wear hats and when you take it off, it's like all
Yeah.
fucked up and stuff. Same with me too. Like I fucking have like mop for hair when I take my fucking hats off.
It was Daddy DeVito, right?
Daddy DeVito.
Oh,
that
this
was
was like
the
one of our
one.
first episodes.
Yeah. I think it was 6 or 7.
Oh no, I had gotten like a fresh fade,
That was a fresh fade. Okay.
and like
gotcha.
I don't know, Buddy cut my hair way too short. I was like, hey, I don't want you to cut my hair way too short, and he just like chopped it all off.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you doing? I
Because
was like, I have to be on camera tomorrow. What's wrong with you? I don't go to that barber anymore.
Yeah, no, one of the barbers I went to, one time, it was, I think last year, November time. I don't know if you noticed. They fucking cut my sideburns here. And I'm like, bitch, where the fuck are my sideburns at? Because you know me, like, I'll take lamb chops over fucking no sideburn. And they took it off. And I'm like, what did you do? Because I asked them, I was like, oh, do you want like a shave? And I was like, you know what, barber, sure. And I'm like, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Dude,
Where's my sideburns?
dude, Buddy
I gotta grow
cut,
this shit back.
he cut all of my hair off, and I was like, what did you do? And then I paid him for it,
Oh, I paid him.
and I gave him a tip.
Yeah, you always pay your barber because you never know if they come and kill you someday with their scissors. He's like, I'll give you the real fade.
Honestly, man, no. He gives like crisp haircuts. Just like I don't think his hair, his like he like meshes with the way I do my hair.
Yeah,
So like, cause I got that receding hairline.
fuck, man. I'm trying to trim my beard, man.
Christian's been like, oh, take the biotin, Josh. Take your vitamin B.
Take your vitamin B.
It'll grow back. It'll come back. It'll be like Elon Musk.
You think? Remember?
You grow your hairline.
You ever see that picture of Elon Musk with like the? Like,
Yeah.
Oh fuck, man.
And he's here. He's like, put some Rogaine in there.
Fucking Tesla money there, man. How
I
the fuck does he
know.
do that? God damn.
And just starts. I was like, no, I'm gonna
He's
go
got like
bald,
the Fabio hair now.
and I'm
What
gonna
the-
tattoo.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tattoo
Don't
a
do that.
hairline.
What are you, Foozy Tube?
Did Fuzzy Tube do that?
Yeah, so what he basically did was because he was balding, so he just shaved his head entirely. He's like, yeah, just tattoo my whole head to look like it was a fade. and it looks like dog shit. It looks like a Sharpie marker, dude.
Good God.
Yeah, man. So shout out to anyone who's like balding and stuff. Just go like, do not tattoo your head, please. That's not the way. That is not the way.
Well,
Why am I so passionate about that?
yeah, I'm the one that's balding, not you, you idiots.
It's okay.
Oh,
It's
Baba
fuck.
Booey.
Hold on.
Fuck, which one is it?
God damn it. That didn't. Well,
Baba Booey. Baba Booey.
well, I'll play it twice just for good measure. Well,
You sussy bata.
That's your favorite one, isn't it?
it is.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
this has been fun.
Fuck, no, don't say that.
This has been fun, guys.
I want
It's-
to keep on going with this. I'm gonna pull out a gun. It's like, don't turn off the cameras. Don't turn off. Don't turn off. Keep it rolling. Keep it rolling.
This was.
I know.
It's been real.
I know. It's been a real treat. It's been a real everything, man.
No, it's been fun. I really enjoyed doing a podcast,
Yeah.
and I will probably return at some point in my life. This
Yeah.
isn't goodbye.
I know.
I don't know. Maybe one day when I get all my shit done, and I've graduated, and I've taken off with my own business, and I know I have more spare time, I'll be able to be like, hey,
Yeah.
can I be the Can I co-host again, or can I have a set? Can I come back onto the podcast every now and then?
Yeah.
And who knows?
So,
Who knows where the podcast is going to be in 5 years?
Josh, I want to say something. One last thing to have this somewhat of a new chapter is I'm gonna try not to be sentimental about it, because I try not to get too sentimental. I go for facts with this, and straightforward. And what is true, and I know what's true, is that I love you, man, and I really care for you, and I know you're gonna do great in life, and that will always be the case.
I appreciate
And
that.
you are special. You'll always be special. Your brothers, your friends, your family, everyone knows it. And deep down, even in your darkest moments, we all care for you. Just remember that.
Oh God,
You want to go for a hug now?
I don't know. No, don't touch me.
No,
I'm
man.
sensitive.
It's
Oh
true.
God, I didn't know that. Oh my God, my chest hurts.
Love you, man.
Oh my God. Likewise.
Look, man.
Oh my God.
Yeah, you're good.
No, I appreciate you saying that.
We all have hard times,
Ditto,
but I know deep down you've been the strongest. So
Oh my God.
I got you, man.
This has just been a really fucking hard year.
We'll do good.
Yeah.
I know that.
Fuck.
I know.
I appreciate you saying that. And I mean, yeah, you and Christian, you guys will still always be some of my closest friends. And just because the podcast is ending, with at least my role in the podcast is ending, doesn't mean we're not going to be friends after this.
No, of course not.
Yeah.
You're gonna get shit done, and I know that.
Yeah.
So
I love you guys as well, and bigger and better things. And we made this podcast work when everything was working against us. We've
Yeah.
been in situations where I didn't have a car. We've gone through so much with this podcast. We made it work.
Yeah.
Me leaving the podcast is not gonna make the podcast die, and this podcast will go on. And maybe the podcast section itself might evolve into something else.
Yeah.
But I know in my heart that Real Talk Studios will go on.
Yeah.
And it'll evolve into something.
And all those times, like when Real Talk Studios transitions to other things, with Nathan, Christian, and I, or different people and different varieties, I'm always going to remember
Yeah. We'll
that
always-
logo,
Yeah.
that red logo
The
with our
red-
names on it.
It's
Simpler days, but it's there for a reason, man.
It's no longer the Real Talk podcast with Matt and Josh.
Yeah.
Well, fuck. Well,
Yeah.
with all that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did.
Yeah.
And I hope you guys stick around. And from the bottom of my heart, thank you for being a viewer. Thank you for sticking around. Thank you for consuming our content and just being awesome. Enjoy movies. Movies are great.
Yeah.
And they just add to your life. You learn things. And thank you for listening to me make my dick and ball jokes and take my half-assed reviews of films. And don't take anything I've ever said seriously. If you ever rewatch any of my content, don't take anything seriously. Don't come to me for gospel. I'm not a movie expert. I'm just a guy that likes movies, and I'll always be a guy that likes movies. So With all that being said, we hope you guys enjoyed this episode of the Real Talk Podcast with Matt and Josh, the final episode.
Final episode, man.
Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe. Check out our Instagram. Check out our TikTok. And for the last time,
Final thoughts, man.
my
Go
name's
for it.
Josh. I like movies. Signing off.
Peace out, man. Yeah.
Fuck, you actually almost made me cry. Kudos to Nevis for that speech.
I love you, man.